The briefcase that froze history, the folder contained exactly 847 pages. When Dwight D. Eisenhower unfolded the first document, the room fell silent. His fingers shook not from age, but from instinct. By the second page, the blood drained from his face, and before the seventh page was fully read, Eisenhower was already calling every senior general into his tent. Asterisk, because the papers in front of him weren't ordinary intelligence. Asterisk, they were catastrophic. Asterisk, the man who delivered them had sat across from Adolf Hitler just 48 hours earlier. Asterisk, July 28, 1943, for 17 hours, Caserta, Italy. Asterisk, rain soaked the Allied command camp. At the entrance stood an Italian officer, drenched, exhausted, but standing perfectly straight. His name was General Giovanni Moretti. In one hand, he carried a worn leather briefcase. In the other, a white handkerchief and improvised flag of surrender. Asterisk, his uniform was German. That alone should have gotten him shot. "Does anyone inside speak Italian?" Moretti asked, his voice raw. Asterisk, Colonel Marcus Henderson didn't reply. He simply motioned him forward. Yet one question burned in Henderson's mind. Asterisk, why would an Italian general arrive alone? Wearing enemy colors? Asterisk, inside the tent, 3 American generals and 2 British intelligence officers waited. Moretti stepped forward, placed the briefcase on the table, and slowly unzipped it. The sound cut through the room. The first item was a sealed envelope. A red stamp marked it clearly, asterisk, Geheim Reichsack for High Command only. Brigadier General Maxwell Carter opened it. Inside was a map, asterisk at first glance. It looked unfamiliar. Then, realization hit. It was Normandy. Red dots littered the coastline, bunkers, gun nests, minefields, artillery. Arcs. Carter swallowed hard. Moretti spoke calmly. Asterisk complete. Atlantic wall defense plans, he said. Asterisk, the translator. Barely finished before Moretti continued. Asterisk. 847. Pages, France, Belgium, Netherlands, every division. Fuel reserves. Minefield coordinates. And most importantly, he looked straight at Eisenhower. Where Germany expects you to land. Silence. Not disbelief-terror. Asterisk, if this was real. It meant Germany knew everything. Asterisk, if it was fake. It was the most convincing deception ever created. Asterisk, and if Moretti was lying? He was the bravest or stupidest man alive. Asterisk, but who was Giovanni Moretti? Asterisk, born in 1897 to an aristocratic family in Turin, Moretti was raised in discipline and privilege. His father, a colonel, died in World War I. His mother was a French pianist. He graduated top of his class from military academy and rose quickly through Italy's Royal Army. Asterisk, he fought in Spain alongside Franco. He invaded Greece under Mussolini. Asterisk, to the world. He was a loyal fascist general, but loyalty cracks quietly. In Greece, Moretti watched 3,000 Italian soldiers freeze to death, abandoned and under-equipped. In North Africa, he saw German officers treat Italians as expendable. By 1942, he understood the truth. Italy was not an ally. It was a shield. Asterisk, in July 1943. Days after the Allied landing in Sicily, Moretti was summoned to the German embassy in Rome. Waiting for him was Colonel Reinhard Gehlen, German intelligence chief, cold, precise, ruthless. "Italy is finished," Gehlen said. "Mussolini will fall. But you, General, are still useful." He slid a file across the table. "You will manage Italian resistance." For us, that night Moretti opened the file, and his world ended. Asterisk, Normandy maps. Atlantic wall weaknesses. Tank deployments. Fuel shortages. Germany had handed him the war's most guarded secrets. They trusted him, and that trust would destroy them. But ideology didn't break Moretti. Family did. His wife. Clara was Jewish. Asterisk, they had hidden it for years with forged documents and bribes. But by 1943, the Gestapo was tightening its grip on Italy. Clara and their children were hiding in a monastery. Moretti knew time was running out. On the night of July 27th, he kissed his wife and said only one sentence. In 48 hours, I will either save us or die. The next morning, he loaded the documents into his briefcase, stole a German intelligence vehicle, and drove toward Allied lines, 240 kilometers. Every checkpoint a death sentence. A road paved with bullets, the first German checkpoint stopped him immediately. Papers. Moretti handed over a forged intelligence pass. Perfect ink. Perfect seal. The guard saluted. At the second checkpoint, a sergeant frowned. The license plate had been reported missing. Moretti didn't hesitate. Gestapo operation, he snapped. Ask questions later. His German accent. Flawless. His father had been Austrian. The gate lifted at the third checkpoint. Fate caught up. A young lieutenant stared at him. Aren't you General Moretti? Yes. Then why are you in a German vehicle? Moretti didn't answer. He floored the accelerator. Gunfire exploded. Bullets tore through the rear window. The vehicle skidded off, rode, and crashed into Airfield. The engine died. Moretti grabbed the briefcase and ran. His leg, injured in 1918, burned with pain. Sirens wailed behind him. He ran until his lungs screamed. Then he saw them. American soldiers, rifles raised. I surrender. He shouted in English. I must speak to Eisenhower. They hesitated. He dropped his pistol but held onto the briefcase. This, he gasped. We'll save 50,000 men. Back at headquarters. The documents were examined. They weren't guesses. They were precise. The 352nd Infantry Division, Weiss. Allied estimates behind Omaha Beach. The 21st Panzer. Division exact tank numbers. Fuel depots exact. Coordinates. Weak points. 47 incomplete. Fortifications. This information should have existed. In the minds of 10 men, how did you get this? Carter asked. Because they trusted me, Moretti said. And because they were arrogant. Why betray them? My wife is Jewish, he replied. Germany would kill her. So I chose first. Verification took weeks. Aerial photos confirmed 89% accuracy. Resistance reports matched troop placements. A stolen German map matched Moretti's exactly, by September 1943. The truth was undeniable. Eisenhower met Moretti again. We can extract your family to Switzerland. You can go with them. Moretti shook his head. No, I will stay. Under the codename Spartacus. He joined the resistance. From October 1943 to May 1944. He sent 73 intelligence reports. Each one sharpened Allied planning. His final message. May 12, 1944. Germany still expects Calais. Normandy underestimated. Command divided. That message changed everything. The man history tried to erase June 6, 1944. Normandy, 156,000. Allied soldiers stormed the beaches. 4,414 died. A horrifying number, but military historians later calculated something even darker. Without Moretti's intelligence, casualties could have exceeded 20,000. Omaha Beach might have collapsed. German counterattacks could have crushed the landings. D-Day might have failed. Historian Dr. William Harrington wrote, without Spartacus. Eisenhower would never have accepted the risk. But heroes don't always survive their victories. In August 1944, the Gestapo launched a hunt. Spartacus had been exposed. Who betrayed him remains unknown. On August 14th. Moretti was captured near Milan. 11 hours of interrogation. He said nothing. You saved your family, an SS officer told him. But you won't save yourself. Moretti was sent to Mothos concentration camp. Prisoner 89,347, asterisk for 9 months. He carried stone until his body failed. Asterisk, April 26, 1945-3. Days before liberation, American soldiers found his body. Starvation, typhus, exhaustion. In his pocket was an old officer ID, asterisk on its back. Carved by hand, asterisk Clara, forgive me. I did what I had to do. Was buried in a mass grave. Forgotten asterisk in 1947. CIA analysts reviewed classified war files. Asterisk 1 folder stood. Out Spartacus. Impact assessment. Asterisk critical intelligence. Used in 43% of D-Day planning. Asterisk estimated lives. Saved Yuan Wu-Ten Dal Sivwen. Classification. Sealed for 50 years. The world moved on. In 1997, Clara Moratine, 96 years old, learned the truth. An American historian showed her the file. Eisenhower's note read, asterisk, without General Moretti, Normandy would not have been possible. She wept in 2003. Italy debated honoring him. Some called him a hero. Others called him a traitor. No medal was given, only a name small. Nearly invisible, a dead to a resistance memorial. Asterisk today. Giovanni Moretti is absent from textbooks. Asterisk, but the soldiers who walked off Omaha Beach alive, they lived because of him. History may forget names, but it never forgets consequences. And sometimes, one man holding 847 pages can change the fate of the world.